Alright, let's see. I'm getting ready to organize my makeup because I just got like a little tiny shipment of stuff in, and I realized that I hadn't done a video in a while talking about some of the things that I've gotten. I am not going to do any like tutorials or like swatches of anything until I get a new camera, which I'm going to get soon, actually. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of my things that I've discovered and things that I've gotten that are new and things that I quite like. I guess the first thing I'll do is, since this is not going in my makeup box, is going to be my new perfumes. And I won't talk about them too much, just because you can't smell them because you're in the computer and you can't smell them through the computer. But I got the Elizabeth and James Nirvana in white and black. Now they're different smells, definitely not like they're not even, I wouldn't say, sister kind of smells or brother, whatever you want to call them. Do perfumes have a gender? Anyway, um, the black one smells much more warm, although they're both definitely warmer kind of smelling because the white one has musk in it, and the black one has sandalwood and vanilla. And the white one smells a lot fresher, and the black one smells like warmer and muskier and kind of, I don't know, sexy, I guess is the way I would describe the smell of it. But I just love these bottles. They're so pretty, and they like almost remind me of like I don't know, like a studded wallet or something. Like, I don't know, they're really cute though, and they've got like this gold trim on the side. And they're so freaking cute. I just love these packages. And they actually, I heard from, gosh, who was it? I don't even remember. I'm so bad. I'm not gonna remember who said it. But I was watching one of the YouTubers that I love watching, and she was talking about the smells, and she said that if you put them together, they smell amazing, and it's absolutely true. I mean, it smells so good together. They have like this, I don't know, they blend really well. They don't like clash or anything, but they still both have like that warm scent, so they go together really well. And together it is a completely different smell than just like the two like layered. You wouldn't think it would be. You would think it would just be like, oh, it's like smelling both of them at the same time. It's overwhelming, but no, it doesn't smell like it smells very unique. Um, let's see, what else do I want to talk about? My Lorac Pro palette. Everybody talks about this, and I finally got it. I had to order it on the Ulta website, but I I love these colors. Can't talk about it enough how much I love these colors, just because they're so smooth. I mean, just the smoothest eyeshadows I think I've ever touched. And that's saying something because I have a lot of smooth eyeshadows. Like, I don't do the chalky, brittle, fall apart on my face shadows. I only do soft because they blend better. It's as easy and simple as that. Um, I finally finished my Makeup Geek Z palettes. Now, I'm not going to name all the colors off or anything, and I'm not going to swatch them this time. I'm just going to show you. Look how pretty that is. Ugh, I just love looking at all the colors together in this palette. It just makes me feel so complete. Especially because, like, there's not missing spots anymore. It's, I don't know, it was irritating me that they were not filled up. So let's get that so it's not shadowy. There we go. That's a little bit better. Look, I mean, oh my goodness, that blue looks crazy in the camera. It doesn't even look that crazy in person, but it's like a cobalt blue. Let's go with that color because that sounds about right. A couple of other things that I've gotten. I've gotten almost every color of these NYX Butter lipsticks. Sorry for showing you my armpit. Well, not sorry that I'm showing you my armpit, but sorry you have to look at it for right now. But I've gotten almost every color. I've got another one. I've got Pops, which is the one I showed in my last video, but I got the other colors, well, some of the other colors as well. I didn't get all of them, but I got like a fuchsia and like a nice bright red and then like a darker red, and then like super, super dark, like purpley red, and then I got like a bright pink. I got this bright orangey color, and then I got like this corally kind of color. And I love these lipsticks so much, guys. I can't even. I mean, yes, they are pigmented. They're not like the most pigmented lipsticks ever, but the way that they feel on your lips, that was a weird gesture to do. Don't do that, Sarah. But the way that they feel on your lips is so nice and so smooth. I mean, like I was getting ready this morning, and I was like, I wonder what this red one I got, I think it was this one, looks like on my lips. So I just put it on, and I was like, glide, 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 lips done. So pretty. I didn't wear it to work because I feel like wearing red lipstick to a job where I'm a secretary just kind of makes me look a little unprofessional. It's just my personal opinion. I mean, I have worn red lipstick at work before, but I think, I don't know, I kind of have to be in the mood for it, you know? Like, I have to be like, I'm feeling sassy today, so I'm going to wear red lipstick to work. So, bam. Screw your rules. But today I wasn't feeling that. Today I was feeling very, like, neutral and, like, kind of girly. I'm wearing a dress today. I'm wearing, like, this turquoise dress. I got this at Target, and it's so cute. It's kind of got, like, these little cutouty thingies, and they have some in the back, too, but I'm not going to, like, go through the whole process of getting off of the bed and turning around in front of the camera and moving the camera so you can see it. It's just too much work. I'm lazy. So, yeah. Another thing that I got, and this is not going to be the most interesting thing that you see in this video, but I got this right here. This is the MAC, I don't remember what it's called. It's a powder in Emphasize, and it's just a white powder. It's got a slight bit of shimmer in it, but I'm not going to show it to you because you obviously will be able to see it on my hand because I'm already pale, and then, you know, camera, bad lighting, blah, 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 blah. But it is so nice for setting my under eye concealer, and it like brightens up that area, and it's really hard for me to do that, especially because when typically I would put on, and anybody else, a foundation and then put on a lighter colored concealer underneath the eyes to brighten up the area and to kind of, you know, do like a highlighting contouring thing. You know, I'd put the darker contour and then like the light concealer here, and then, you know, maybe some highlight on the rest of the face to balance it out. But I can't find colors of concealer that are lighter than me, and ones that are my shade, once I put on a foundation, just look like the same color as the foundation. So this kind of helps me out. I mean, on a darker skin tone, I wouldn't put nearly as much as I put on myself because it's white. It'll show up a lot more on somebody else, but on me, it just looks, you know, lighter than me, which is difficult, and I appreciate that product just for that reason. I did get a bronzer as well, just because I was like, well, you know, since I'm getting the highlight, why not get the contour? It's orangey, and, you know, I talked about my Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and with a very light hand, it doesn't look that bad, but if I go, like, extreme contour, it's too orange as well. So I've actually started using this blush, which I had originally intended and will still probably use for my sister's prom blush. Now, my sister, my stepsister, is much darker than me. She is very tan, blonde hair, blue eyes, but she's very, very tan. And I'd say she's an orangey kind of a tan. She's not like a yellowy skin. She's got more like a red-orange kind of color to her. But I was going to use this as her blush because I'm doing like a very dramatic smoky eye, and this is the Benefit Dallas blush bronzer, whichever one you want to use it as. But on a light skin tone with either pink undertone or a neutral undertone, this actually looks like a bronzer for the most part. I mean, if you go really heavy with it, it's got that red kind of, and it almost makes you look sunburnt. But if you apply it in the right way, in the right amount, this works so much better for me than any of the contours that I have tried to use. I mean, I've used the Soleil bronzer, I've used Hoola. I mean, I haven't tried the NARS contour blush yet, which I've wanted to try because it seems like it's a similar color, but not as dark as Dallas, which is good because I feel like if I do apply too much, it looks like I'm sunburnt. I feel like if it's a lighter color, like the NARS contour blush in the lightest shade, I don't remember what it's called, but I feel like that would be the appropriate color for my skin. But who really knows? I got two Becca highlighters. I got this one when it came in stock, and apparently it sold out within like an hour of it being on the site. It might have been less time than that. I'm not sure. All I know is that I got the email and I was like, have to have this because I need to use this on my sister for her prom. Um, it is the one in Opal, and it is just the prettiest bronzy gold kind of highlight, and it looks so gorgeous on darker skin tone people than me. I wouldn't use it on myself, but you can do it if you're light, and you want to do a bronzy gold. Go right on ahead. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I will never tell you what to do. I'll tell you what I like for myself or what I like for other people, but it's it's always up to you. If you hate the way that your makeup looks once you put it on, just take it off and try it again, or leave it that way, and maybe you'll get used to it. Who knows? But then I also got the Moonstone one, which is the lighter gold color, and I'd say it's got a more white gold kind of color on it, instead of like that bronzier kind of gold. Which looks really nice on me. It's just like the nicest. Oh my goodness, it's not the nicest highlight because I have so many highlighters. I wouldn't even be able to pick one favorite. I couldn't do it, but I just got this one in the mail. This is one of the things that I was saying that I was going to put away because I've been meaning to organize my makeup for a while. So that's what I'm going to do. I also got this cute little sugar collection thing that they were doing for the VIBs and the VIB Rouges. I think they might have been doing it for just the regular Beauty Insiders as well, but I'm not sure. But I know that VIB Rouge had exclusive products in theirs. Now, it came with this polish, and it came with this shine lip treatment, and it came with this advanced therapy lip treatment, which is just like a clear one, but it's like super moisturizing, I think it's supposed to be. And then it came with the rose tinted sugar lip treatment as well. And I've tried the sugar lip treatment before, and unfortunately mine kind of like got melty and it wasn't pleasant on the lips anymore. I do remember that the tinted one looked uneven on the lips, but maybe it's just because mine was melty, so I'm going to try it again. But I am excited for the advanced treatment because I'm obsessed with lip treatments right now because lately I've been having some issues with my lips just being kind of not super dry. I mean, I've definitely seen drier lips, and it's not even really noticeable when you look at me, but I can tell that they're kind of dry. So I've been meaning to moisturize them more, which I do nightly. And during the day when I feel, like I need to put more on, I'll put some moisturizer on. I use the Bite Lip Treatment at night, and it's just great. I also got this Josie Maran Coconut Watercolor Cheek Jelly. And I was in Sephora with my mom, I'm not British, with my mom, and I was just like testing things out on my hand and testing things out on, her skin tone versus my skin tone. Because my mom is darker than me. We have like the same kind of hair, but her hair is a bit more blonde highlighted. And that's partially intentionally on, like, she does that to her own hair, bleaches it or whatever to give herself some highlights, but, she doesn't bleach it herself, she bleaches it, on purpose, but, we have, like, the same texture hair, and it's, curly, and it's still brown, but mine's just a darker color. I partially because I dye it this color, but I also do have naturally darker hair than she does, but it's just not as red as the color I have in right now. It actually kind of looks a bit gray up at the top where my roots are growing in, just because the red compared with the ashy brown makes it look gray in comparison. Anyway, that was a really long ramble about nothing in particular. I'm sorry. Um, I was testing things out, and she was looking for. Oh, I don't even remember what she was looking for at this point, because whenever I go anywhere with my mom, it's always like a big, long excursion that we didn't intend. We go in for one thing and we leave with something completely different. I think she got her Clarisonic that time. I think she was looking for skin treatment stuff. She was picking my brain as far as like things to try for a skincare regimen, because she's pretty much been doing the same thing for a long time, and she said that she just is in the mood for a change and wants to start wearing a little bit more makeup, a little bit different makeup, because she just wears like bare minerals and then some mascara, and that's pretty much what she goes with. But she said she wants to, like try a little more and, put a little more effort into her makeup, feel a little prettier. So she's having some self-confidence issues. Oh gosh, that's a little personal. Everybody does it, but I was kind of going through the same thing a while ago, and that's when I started getting into makeup, and it just makes me feel good. So I figured I'll help her out and do some skincare stuff, and now we're gonna go and get some makeup-y stuff, and I actually gave her a little bit of a lesson. Anyway, about this cheek jelly, because that's what I brought up in the first place. I got it, and well, when I tried it in the store, I was like, that's so weird. Um, it, I mean, I've seen liquid cheek stuff before, and I've got the Lolly tint that I got in my Ipsy bag, like the little tester, and I didn't really like it. I think it might have been the brush on it. If I had tried it on something else, maybe, I don't know, because I didn't try it after that, because it was just so pink, and it's like the way it looked, it was so patchy. I don't know, I didn't want to have streaks on my face, and I didn't know about how well it washes off or whatever, so I just didn't try it again. I'll probably try it again just to make sure that I don't like it, but I don't think that I do. But this doesn't apply patchy on the cheeks, even though it is still a liquid kind of blush formula. It's got coconut water in it, as you may have noticed from the name. But this is in the color Pink Escape, and it just looks so like rosy. You can't really see because my lighting is bad, but I'm wearing it right now because I just got it in the package, and I was like, ooh, I have to put this on my face. But it's so rosy, and it looks so pretty on the skin. It's so nice. I don't know. It just makes me look the color I am when I'm naturally flushed, like when I'm blushing or when I'm exercising. Exercising, right? Like I do that. But yeah. So what else did I want to show you? This isn't something that's particularly interesting either, but I have to mention it for all those fair skinned girls. I'm sure that you might have heard of this, but maybe you haven't, so hopefully I can help. Um, if you have a foundation that's too dark, you can get a mixer. Now, this one's Max Face and Body, and this one's not as pigmented. So if I were to put this on my skin, it's just got a really good squeezy tube, and I rub it out, it's going to be a very sheer, lighter sort of color, but it's not pure white. It's not going to turn your skin white or anything. It'll just make it look noticeably lighter. So I kind of like this with some of my thicker kind of products, just because it adds a little bit of liquidiness, because this is very liquidy. It's a very liquidy product, but it blends really nicely, and it almost makes my regular foundations feel kind of like a moisturizer. But they still have coverage, which I like. I've also got this Illamasqua one, which I've had for quite a long time, but I've actually just started getting back into it. I used to mix this, and I didn't like the way it felt. And I was applying with my fingers, and then I was applying with like a flat foundation brush, like, goodness. I'm just going to go looking through my brushes real quick. There it is. Okay, like this, where it's kind of like got that round tip, but it's like a flat makeup brush. And I didn't like it. And then I tried the Beauty Blender, and I still didn't like it. I was like, man, I guess this foundation just isn't as good as everybody was saying, because I've watched tons and tons of Pixie Woo videos, and they talk about the Illamasqua skin-based foundation and about how amazing it is. So then in one video I was watching, and Sam, I think it was, said, "Oh, it needs to be worked into the skin." And so I was like, worked into the skin? That's what I wasn't doing. I was just applying it on, or, rubbing it in with my fingers, but not really rubbing it in. You know what I mean? Like I was just kind of smoothing it over and making sure there weren't any streaks. And I started using it with my F80, and I actually really, really like it. And I mean, I'll use the white mixer and with one of my other foundations if my other foundations are too dark. Like I have quite a few foundations that are too dark just because it's really hard for me to find a foundation in my actual coloring. So I just go with the closest thing they have and then mix in white so that it's light enough. But I have used that with the Illamasqua skin base in a regular color. I don't remember what the name of it is or what number or whatever because I don't have it in front of me and I just can't remember. But it feels so nice on the skin and it looks skin-like. I mean, it doesn't look like skin because naturally skin isn't, flat toned. It has, dimensions and spots and, everybody's got those little imperfections on their faces and things but it feels really nice and it looks really pretty and it doesn't really need a lot of setting, which I like because I have oily spots on my face. But for the most part it's dry, and sometimes I feel like if I put on like a super oily foundation, even on my dry spots, it doesn't absorb, it's just sitting on the skin. That foundation feels like it's kind of blending into the skin, and it's not just sitting on top of it on like a film or anything. It feels relatively natural. I mean, it still feels like you're wearing makeup. It always does. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It can be Bare Minerals or a tinted moisturizer, but it feels like you're wearing something on your face. But it's not an unpleasant makeup feeling. It's not like just sitting there and feeling like gross and oily and cloggy and weird. It feels very, very nice. So I'll shut up about the Illamasqua skin base because it's really hard to find now, apparently. You have to get it off the Illamasqua website, I believe. They think that they are kind of cycling them out of Sephora now, which is kind of sad. And I don't think they sell the white shade anyway on there. I got it from the Illamasqua website, but I usually like to get stuff from the manufacturer unless I have some sort of incentive to get it somewhere else, such as free products or samples or, points or whatever. So, what else did I get that I haven't mentioned? I got, where is it? Oh, found another butter lipstick. Like I needed another one, right? Hee hee. That's more of a salmony color, I guess. Well, I guess this one's more coral and this one's more salmon. The other one, whatever. La 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 la. Where is this thing that I got? Oh, I got these Makeup Geek pigments, and I had already mentioned the one. It was like a silvery color, but can we just talk about how gorgeous Insomnia is? Because even if you can't quite see how beautiful it is in the camera, I still have to swatch it because it's so pretty and I just like to look at it. But it's so many different colors, but it's really a pleasant combination. This is got like some blues and some purples, and let me swatch it right here. And it's kind of turquoisey, reddy, browny, purpley. It's just pretty. Oh my goodness. I wish you could see how pretty it is in person, but you can't because my camera is crap. But it is, and super pigmented. Like I barely stuck my finger in the top of the lid and it just came out with all of that. I mean, geez, I didn't even use any like Fix Plus. Now that gets crazy. I also got Afterglow, which is a pretty basic shade, I think. It's just a kind of like a slightly pink tinged. I say slightly because it's very, very slight. It's mostly gold, but it's got like it's more of a pink based gold than a yellow based gold, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, I'm sorry. I tried. But it's just really, really pretty. I also got the regular Chocolate Soleil bronzer. So, I talked about in my video last time that I got the milk chocolate because that's the one that's closest to a color that I can use. I say closest because it doesn't actually work quite as well as I thought it did at first. But I got the regular one because I'm doing my sister's prom makeup. Now my youngest stepsister, because I have 3 stepsisters and one like full blood sister, but full blood sister, like, I don't know, it makes it sound like she's some sort of alchemist or something. But all of the bronzers that I have are way too light for her, for my youngest stepsister, and her prom is coming up, and I told her I would do her makeup, so I'm mostly using products that I already had, my Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and one of the Makeup Geek pigments, and then I just bought like a blush, the Dallas one, and then I bought the Chocolate Soleil bronzer, which is that color there. It's really dark on me, but it looks really, really pretty on her. And then I bought obviously, the Becca Opal. Now, I actually was not going to get Opal just because I couldn't find it. It goes out of stock so quickly, and I actually that's the second time it came into stock, and the second time I actually got it. The first time I went to go buy it, and it was gone. And I was so upset because I really, really was hoping that I could use that on her because it's so pretty, and it looks like I can't use it, and I just like to admire makeup I can't use on me, on other people. I could probably use it as an eyeshadow, but I just wanted to use it as a highlighter just once, just the one time. Now, I'm gonna use it more than once because I like to do my sister's makeup, and all of my, well, not all of my sisters, my 2 older stepsisters probably wouldn't let me do their makeup just because we don't know each other that well, but my youngest stepsister and my little sister, my blood sister, I do their makeup all the time because I love to. It makes me happy, and they let me because I make them look pretty. So that's that. I don't really have anything else to talk about, just because I've kind of already discussed most of the stuff that I've gotten before. But yeah, once I get my new camera, I'll start doing tutorials and show you actual good-looking swatches as opposed to this crap. Like, that doesn't even look true to color in the least. But like I said, once I get my new camera, it'll be better, and I'll have proper lighting and a proper camera, and it'll look good. I promise you. And I'm actually, this is something that I'm not quite positive on yet because I've been wrong before, but I'm getting a new place. Right now I live with 2 roommates and a boyfriend. And my boyfriend and I are going to be getting our own place now. We're getting a condo. It's got 2 bedrooms and, a whole kitchen and everything to ourselves, and it's exciting to me. He doesn't seem very excited, but he just kind of has that kind of personality where it's like, oh yeah, cool. No, really, I'm excited. No, I promise, this is just my face. Yeah, I know it doesn't say excited, but my face doesn't normally either, but I'm much more animated in videos just because I'm not sure. Maybe because of the anonymity, like I can't see you, so you can see me, and I'm okay with that, but I don't know. But yeah, getting my own place, and that's exciting, and I can't wait because I'm gonna have like my whole own area to film these videos and talk about makeup and have my makeup all set up and pretty, and I'm just excited about that. It's just the little things, like having your own space. I mean, our roommates are actually like easygoing roommates. Like, they're not hard to get along with or anything. It's just too much of everybody's stuff in one spot, and it's really hard to deal with. And, you know, it's just nice to have your own space and your own stuff and your own fridge and, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, that's 30 minutes of video for you. I'll, record another time then. I don't have an outro or anything yet. Like, I don't have, like, a thing that I say. So, just